Hi, I'm Berenice Temores. This time I'm going to talk about a movie that I recently watched. Its name is Inside Out. It is an animated movie that I watched with my son Pablo. He's 6 years old. And we went to the movies like 2 weeks ago, and I find this movie very interesting, very entertaining, but at the same time very complex. Um, well, I chose this topic to describe the movie and to talk about the movie, especially because I think nowadays the topic of feelings is like in the air. I think we are now more conscious about feelings, and we talk about the control of emotions than never before. I think it is something new. It is something that we didn't used to it. All right. I would like to start also by saying that this movie, Inside Out, is not for children. I think it's not for children. My son is very smart. He is very intelligent. He was the top of the class, and he didn't understand the movie. And he watched it 2 times. And I understand the movie. I want to think that I understood the movie just with the one time I saw it. I watched it. Um, but I have talked to some of my friends and some parents, and I was talking the other day with a particular man that watched the movie, and he told me that he did not realize, he didn't know, he did not see that it was the story of a teenager, and I think that is very that makes sense to me, to my point. Um, why do I say this? Well, I'm gonna start describing the movie to talk about the movie, so you can, if you didn't watch it, you can tell what I'm saying. Uh, the movie is about five main characters. There, the most important is joy, then is sadness, then is fear, then is anger, and then is disgust. These five characters, these five little persons, or these little people, live inside of the mind of Riley. She is a girl. She is like 11 or 12 years old, and she is going through the phase of being a child to become a teenager. And if that weren't difficult enough, she has to move from Minnesota to San Francisco with her parents because the daddy was changed of the work, so she has to move with the whole family. They are the three alone. She is an only child. And well, there is when it starts to have some trouble, some problems, situations are in the everyday life. So emotions start to act in that moment. So Joy is very positive. She is very optimistic. She tries to see she sees the good side of everything. She's very enthusiastic. I love it. Then, but she is the one who controls most of the time the the these buttons that makes Riley to be happy or to accept things and to answer correctly or properly to the parents or etc. Right? I mean, and Joy. If Joy answers, if Joy push the bottom or press the bottom, she reacts in a good way, very positive with a smile, etc. If anger dares to push the bottom, she gets she freaks out and she answers in a bad way, like lots of teenagers. But there's also other characters like this god that don't like anything, fear that is afraid of everything too, and there is sadness. It is sadness there. Sadness has a very important role in the movie because the other four characters don't understand what is the purpose of sadness. They don't understand what is sadness doing in the brain of Riley. They don't understand. So they don't communicate well, they do silly things like children, etc. But there is this point of the movie where joy and sadness had a conflict and they get lost. They are pushed out of the brain of Riley and they get lost, and there is an adventure in the way back from from where they were lost to the brain again, to where the control of the emotions are, where the emotions are. And so when joy is not there and sadness is not there, she really get confused. She doesn't know how to act. She doesn't feel anything because the other three characters don't know what to do alone. I mean, they work together if they are together. They work good if they are together, the five of them. And so we can see in the movie that it is very important how we control our feelings and our emotions. But I think it is very complicated for children. They don't know what is going on, and they can make or they can understand funny things, but it's not for children. I definitely think there is not a movie for children, and some adults didn't understand either. I think I understood, but that is what I want to think, because I'm very geeky with the things that I was watching, and I thought I was feeling that my mind and my heart were working very fast. At the end of the movie, I felt like exhausted. There is also something that I didn't like. That it is very colorful. The movie is extremely colorful, something that I didn't like either. But at the end of the movie, I enjoy it, and I think I wouldn't be able to see it again, to watch it again. I'm sorry. I think I'm not gonna watch it again. I recommend it because it is educative if you want to see it from that point of view, if you heard some details before, because they think they go to see an animated movie and it is fun, but it is not. It is not that. It has a message, and it is very important to get to the message. Well, I also think talking about these emotions, the mix of the mixture of emotions and all this, it is very it makes us conscious, because for example, now in the schools we're working emotions. We try, some teachers, some people who are related to education, pay attention to these needs that children have, because they are children, because they don't have very articulated or very or a huge vocabulary, so they don't know how to express emotions. They don't know if they are sad. They don't know if they are happy. They don't know if they are confused. They just feel something and they react and they fight and they answer and they are rebellious. And I mean, we act, we show what we feel. but sometimes we cannot describe what we're feeling. So I think this is why I like this topic, because I think nowadays we are more conscious about talking about emotions, to paying attention to why is he doing that, and so the movie comes with it. I think it is a very, I think we can make a comparison and we can try to understand children and people, right? To give my conclusion, I would share that a lot of people cannot control their emotions. They are not able to control emotions. They don't know how to do it, and they don't know that they have to do it. And it is something that I like, that I have learned with the time, that I have learned with life, with time, and it is something that I feel passionate about, to talk about emotions and to try to understand other people, be sympathetic. Thank you.